Live coverage of the papal visit tonight at 11 on KYW3.
Tonight, the never-before-seen pictures of O.J.'s joyful homecoming. This is Hard Copy. Macaulay Culkin, find out what really went on behind closed doors when the kids were home alone.
I know what these kids are going through, and it's a nightmare.
For the first time, the nanny tells all about the alleged abuse of the Culkin kids.
I think a lot of the children live in fear. I saw them threatened a lot.
And Macaulay's wild teenage parties.
I was finding beer cans.
Exclusive. Mac the Menace.
David Faustino. He's the wisecracking Bud Bundy from TV's Married with Children. So what's he doing fighting on the streets of Beverly Hills? Caught on tape, the Bud Bundy brawl.
Seinfeld Sidekicks. It may be the last season for TV's favorite threesome. Find out what'll be next for Elaine, George, and Kramer when they say, "So long, Seinfeld."
Ever lose a pet you really loved?
The pain was just, it was like it was exploding in his head. It was making him crazy.
This pet psychic says she can help you reach out to your furry friend in the afterlife.
Yes, there is a dog heaven.
The dearly departed Pet Paranormal.
Plus, Hard Copy invites you to Ted Danson's secret wedding.
Stallone reveals his next disaster.
And what's Regis trying to hide?
All right, now get him out of here. All right.
Oh, Reg. This is Hard Copy for Friday, October 6th, 1995.
Good evening, I'm Barry Nolan.
And I'm Terry Murphy. Thanks for joining us. We've got the very first pictures of O.J. Simpson's joyful homecoming from inside his Brentwood mansion coming up. But first, you've heard the stories about Macaulay Culkin's troubled family life. Now a family confidant has come forward with shocking allegations about the Culkin clan. Tonight, their former nanny speaks out about what she calls a horrible case of child neglect. Diane Diamond has the exclusive interview in tonight's Hollywood Exposed.
Home Alone's about my family when all these crazy things happen.
Sadly, Macaulay Culkin, this lovable little star, could have been talking about his not-so-fun and loving real-life family.
These poor children are not being taken care of. I've seen it. I've been there. I know what these kids are going through.
Macaulay's troubles at home have been no secret, and when he arrived in Los Angeles this week, he was sporting a bright red hairdo, looking a lot different than the adorable child he once was. Kimberly Frank, who worked for the Culkins in 1992, says she knows all too well what day-to-day life is like inside the Culkin home. Kimberly was the nanny.
I think a lot of the children live in fear of their father. I saw them threatened a lot. I saw the father snapping belts at some of the children.
What did you do?
I hid in the kitchen in shock.
Kimberly Frank blames Kit Culkin, the man often described as the worst stage father in Hollywood. She says he is the nightmare inside the Culkin home.
He's a scary person, and he's loud, no manners. He is not a role model, period. He is an overbearing, loud-mouthed man.
Court documents note the bitter custody battle between Kit Culkin and his common-law wife, Patricia Brentrup. The nanny says she saw the violence and abuse.
There was a brief episode of the husband violently hurting the wife. There was a big brouhaha upstairs with police and the battering that had gone on.
Kimberly Frank says she got fired in 1993 because she knew too much, in particular about a lack of care for the children. The nanny claims the neglect was so bad the Culkin kids' teeth were rotting.
These two little guys had bottle rot in their teeth. When I saw the physical condition of the children, I was just astounded why they would let their children's health go to such a poor degree was beyond me.
The Culkin children were often left alone, according to the nanny, going wild inside their fancy New York apartment building.
Running up and down the hallway, unsupervised, unkept. There were a few instances where I was finding beer cans in a part of their other apartment. I had then brought this up, and the scent of marijuana was throughout the house.
Kimberly says she still feels a lot of pain for the children of what might seem to be a happy and successful showbiz family. The nanny says the Culkin kids really and truly were home alone.
These children were definitely not happy. They were nervous children. I see a lot of sadness for these kids because they have a lot of work to do emotionally for themselves, because they really now only have themselves to count on.
Sources tell Hard Copy that the explosive Culkin custody battle may go to court as early as December, and the nanny says she will gladly testify for the mother. It must be said here that Kit Culkin has steadfastly denied that he ever abused his children. Barry?
Thanks, Diane. Now, what's Regis Philbin trying to hide? Roger Lodge gets the lowdown on one of America's funniest morning men.
No, Regis is not auditioning new Kathy Lee's. He's pushing his new book, I'm Only One Man. Here I am. In his book, Regis reveals that his extracurricular activities are a lot more boring than the tabloids would have you believe. And he says there's no sexual tension between he and Kathy Lee. Hey, Reg, come on. Whoever thought there was? Ted Danson and Mary Steenburgen are getting hitched this weekend on Martha's Vineyard.
I think it was rather sudden. I mean, Ted Danson was going out with Whoopi Goldberg one week, and then suddenly next week he's going out with Mary Steenburgen.
But the celebrity lovebirds are likely to be upstaged by their star-studded guest list, which includes President Clinton and his wife, and even bigger than that, Jack Nicholson. Yesterday, on a giant soundstage in Italy, Sylvester Stallone revealed his next disaster movie, that is. Sly's flick Daylight is basically the towering inferno, except they're trapped in a tunnel.
There are maybe 300 or 400 people in the beginning of the movie, and perhaps only 7 survive.
So, what kind of character does Sly play in this film?
This character is no different than anyone in this audience, other than he just is a specialist.
A specialist? Wait a minute, didn't you already play that role? And along with his movie making, Sylvester Stallone has bought into a company that makes infomercials. Hey, that's exciting. Does that mean we might see Sly selling some spray-on hair in the near future? Look forward to that. Terry?
Thanks, Roger. Now O.J. Simpson. He was once known for his charismatic smile and jovial personality, but that $1 million smile vanished during his trial. Now the smile is back, and we've got the never-before-seen photos of O.J.'s joyful homecoming from inside his Brentwood estate. Doug Bruckner reports.
They're the first pictures of O.J. Simpson and his family as he became a free man. On Monday, Star Magazine will publish the photos of O.J.'s victory party.
These photos were unbelievable. The asking price was $1 million. O.J. has a Bible in his hand. He's whooping it up with Al Cowlings. He's even celebrating where the bloody socks were found.
We showed the photos to the public, and boy, what a reaction.
If he's innocent, then yeah, I celebrate too.
You know, it's just like, you know, dancing on her grave. You know, they should have had a party at the cemetery if that's the case.
Meantime, the search for O.J. is on. The media has packed up from O.J.'s house, and it seems O.J. has also packed it in Brentwood and hit the road. The latest report has Simpson flying by charter jet from L.A. to Boca Raton, Florida. That's close to this Manalapan beachfront hideaway, recently purchased by Simpson's attorney, F. Lee Bailey. But even though Simpson might be in the Sunshine State, he won't be getting a warm welcome from Ron Rice, whose Hawaiian tropic suntan empire is based in Florida. Rice, a longtime Simpson supporter, faxed a statement to Hard Copy withdrawing all his support of Simpson. Rice now says he doesn't condone domestic abuse of any kind. At one time, Simpson and Rice were close. O.J. even emceed several Hawaiian tropic events. The backlash continues. Heard about O.J.'s possible pay-per-view interview? Well, the two major pay-per-view networks have indicated they're not interested in any such event. And even the people at Mrs. Fields Cookies and Godiva Chocolates are getting anti-O.J. calls. That's because of our report yesterday from a syndicated columnist who said Simpson was sent cookies and chocolates from the companies at his victory party. We got faxed by Mrs. Fields and Godiva. Both companies say they're not aware of any of their products being donated to O.J. Barry?
Thanks, Doug. Now, the Bundy brat dukes it out in Hollywood.
They were tossing him around like a rag doll.
The Big Bud Bundy brawl next.
And then they say Jerry Seinfeld's going solo. Now his cohorts might have to go it alone.
Anyone with half a brain would know that.
That leaves you out. Find out what's next for Seinfeld's sidekicks.
Plus, the clairvoyant who channels canines and cats in the afterlife. Meet the pet psychic.
Monday on Hard Copy. This woman has had more plastic surgery than anyone in the world. 22 times.
My nose to my lips, my cheeks, forehead, breast implants, my inner thighs, love handles.
She's had more renovations than the Sistine Chapel, and she's not finished yet.
I plan to be finished in the spring of '96.
See the incredible transformation of the Plastic Princess. And then, the cast of Beverly Hills 90210 plays rough. See who scores on the set and who gets sacked. It's the exclusive behind-the-scenes video of the cast playing touch football. And boy, are they touchy. Grab your pom-poms. It's the 90210 Brat Bowl. Plus, funny man Jeff Foxworthy, the redneck, goes to Hollywood.
Can I get a teleprompter during the show? Is that a problem?
Will you shut up?
Meet the real-life Beverly Hillbilly, Monday.
Across the seas, Beck's delivers the grand tradition and taste of the German art of brewing. Beck's, the #1 imported German beer.
Jane, I've got Furniture Unlimited's 5-star sale #1 on my top 10 list.
I thought your good taste was limited to food.
Furniture Unlimited's 5-star sale is a blockbuster. Everything from all of our manufacturers at savings to 50%.
Living room,
dining room,
bedroom,
wall unit, and more. Guaranteed lowest prices on our entire 200,000 square foot selection.
Furniture Unlimited gets an enthusiastic thumbs up.
Roger, you read my mind. Or my list.
Furniture Unlimited's 5-star sale right now in Deptford, New Jersey, Southampton, PA, and Quakertown, PA.
When you have a Blockbuster Visa card from Nations Bank, an ordinary trip to the mailbox can be quite entertaining. That's because every month you can earn Blockbuster bucks you spend like cash for free entertainment. Like videos, music, and more. And you can use it anywhere Visa is accepted. It's almost enough to make you look forward to getting your credit card bill. To apply for your Blockbuster Visa, call 1-800-483-4499 today.
Sybil's daughter's in love.
Do you think we'll ever fall in love like that again? Head over heels? No, I think the best we can hope for is heels over head.
All new Sybil. Then, Mike Ryan may just be the perfect guy.
All right, the food's here.
Now, if he just didn't act like one.
Oh, I know where I rank.
Almost perfect after Sybil.
Then, beautiful people do ugly things. A special presentation of Central Park West. Sunday, one look and you'll be hooked.
David Faustino. On the hit TV show Married with Children, he plays bratty, smart-aleck Bud Bundy, the kid who's constantly getting into trouble. Well, earlier this week, we caught up with David in Beverly Hills. He proved just as feisty off-screen, and every action-packed moment was caught on tape.
Whoa, another Hollywood knife fight. In the middle of this is none other than Married with Children's Bud Bundy, David Faustino, the one with his shirt being yanked off. This was supposed to be an AIDS benefit.
Well, it looked like Toss David Faustino night. They were, one guy would throw him around, then the next guy would throw him around. They were tossing him around like a rag doll.
The Friday night fight took place outside this Los Angeles art gallery. It was jammed with stars like Courtney Cox and Jennifer Aniston. The benefit became so crowded, the cops closed it down. That's when the bell rang for the street brawl, and Fightin' Faustino answered it. Dig the tattooed back.
People pick on him. He's so small. But David's actually a very, very nice kid. Very nice.
Apparently, someone tossed a piece of candy at the actor's four-wheel drive, and he thought it was a rock.
You bitch, I was throwing you candy. You. Hey, man. Hey, guys.
I think he's trying to prove that he can mix it up with the bigger guys. That he's got just as much gumption, just as much grit, and you don't screw around with David Faustino.
Good fight, man. Thank you, man.
Well, that little scuffle may be part of Bad Boy Bud's new image. Word has it David's interested in a career as, are you ready for this, a rap singer.
Now, sadly, the end is in sight for the hit show Seinfeld. After this season, Jerry and the cast will reportedly go their separate ways. Tonight, Jody Baskerville has a preview of what might become of Seinfeld's famous sidekicks.